Okay, so this is my first playthrough of the game Disco Elysium. I've been trying to avoid too many spoilers about this game. The hype about this game has been pretty strong, at least in some of the Facebook groups and stuff that I've been in. And it got to the point where I've just been dying to play it. There's a recent sale on Steam, so I decided to pick it up. And I don't want to explain too much about it. I do know that it's kind of like an isometric RPG that's mainly centered around skill checks instead of having like a deeper combat system or tactical combat and things like that. At least from what I've heard. I don't know if that's actually true. So skill checks are basically like doing a simple die roll based on your stats and stuff like that, instead of doing the more complicated math that sometimes D&D can have for attack rolls. The main difference being that this is a very writing and dialogue heavy game, and so from what I've seen, you actually have dialogue with all of your skill checks, which is kind of exciting. And just in terms of all the hype around this game, I'm just like, I want to jump into it. So I basically just got the graphic settings. These are all the settings I have, and I haven't done much else. So this will be my first impressions of it, and hopefully everything just works and records correctly. So we're going to go ahead and start a new game. So we have several archetypes, which is pretty cool. Thinker, sensitive, and physical. Thinker is extremely intelligent, very bad with people. Knows interesting facts, comes up with original ideas. 5 int, 1 psi, 2 FYS. I don't know what FYS is. Fizz? MOT? Let's see. Motorics. How well you move your body. Hand-eye coordination. Those kinds of things. Physique. How well your body is built. Physical instrument. Psyche. Your power to influence yourself and others. Int. Your capacity to reason. A plus to encyclopedia. Inland Empire. Sensitive, very psychological and magnetic personality, but unstable. Might begin to lose his mind. Has 1 int, 5 psyche, 2 motorics. This sounds pretty cool, actually. I think this might be what I go with. Physical, extremely physical, interacts with the world through his body, gets things done, but dumb as a rock. Has hand-eye coordination. I think I want to go with the sensitive type. But I'm just going to see the create your own character stuff, just to see what that's like. So 3 is average. Raw brain power, how smart you are. Let's go with lower physique. Have terrible physique. Maybe weak motorics. Give me intelligence, psyche. Let's go with more psyche. And it's actually, hold on, can I put more into that? Oh, maybe it takes a little bit more. Alright, yeah. Just have intelligence and psyche. Why not? What would random do? Have terrible motorics, good physique, good psyche. Have terrible senses. Let's bring that to 2. Give me that. Let's have more psyche. Yeah, screw it, why not? Select your signature skill. The skill you select will gain a +1 bonus. Additionally, the learning cap for every skill of the same type will be raised by +1. Psyche, info. Psyche base +5. Volition. Hold yourself together, keep your morale up. Inland Empire. Hunches and gut feelings, dreams and waking life. Empathy. Understand others, work your mirror neurons. Intimidate the public, assert yourself. Esprit de corps. Connect to Station 41. Understand cop culture. Suggestion, charm men and women, play the puppet master. I'm gonna go with Inland Empire. That sounds like a fun detective thing to do. I do know it's a detective game, so I'm gonna set that as my signature. Cool. I guess that's all I can do. So, yeah, so I only get one signature. So I'm gonna do this for this playthrough. I wonder how long the game actually is. I wonder if it's actually conducive for doing multiple playthroughs, if it's short enough. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their address, even the clearest water, if deep enough, can drown, by R.S. Thomas. Begin.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it. You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing. Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage. Alright, nothing down to fuck all borough. Great choice, Elder One. It has always been like this, and it always will. The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man-meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music. The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache. A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Wow. That was a really cool sequence. One of the things I did here before buying this game was someone had told me that they had died in character creation, and I assumed that it is possible to die somehow in that first sequence. And so I was kind of making my choices to see how easy that would be for me to do. And I don't know if it was just a skill check that I succeeded or something that stopped me from dying, or maybe it was just a wrong dialogue choice, but otherwise it was just, I loved the music, I loved that voice acting, it was just really cool. So I'm gonna grab my pants. Flare cut trousers. Item gain disco-esque. Oh, there's something on there. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. Or has it been consigned there as a punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach itself to your neck, so that you may continue your adventures together in this strange world. Savoir-faire, medium. I have a 17% chance of doing it, but I like those odds. You reach out to grab the tie, but what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you. Grab your chest. This is bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from moving. For quite a long time. Still ongoing. Now is a good time to start worrying. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying. Pull on the fan. The blades come squeaking to a halt. Should be easier to grab the tie now. More than half. Better odds. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. Warning, warning, the necktie is no longer contained. Horrific necktie. What you have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. If it's your friend, why was it up there? Who ties their friend to a ceiling fan? Maybe this thing is dangerous somehow. An ominous, foreboding feeling fills you as you look at the tie. Pull on the light bulb. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. Pull again to turn the lights off. Yeah, we don't need that. Too much. Let's grab this bottle. This magnum-sized bottle of Commodore Red is empty. Looks like someone tore out the tape while the song was playing. This reel-to-reel tape player is still on, rolling empty. What else is there around here? What's that do? Perception, hearing. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. Fish them out. It says whirling in rags on the aluminum key ring. There's a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door. That's okay. Go to the bathtub. You see bottles in the bathtub. Wine, beer, and sweet liqueurs. Looks like a shirt. White satin shirt. +1 conceptualization, -1 suggestion. Conceptualization. There you go, mouth. So you have to do the same thing to my own body. Mirror. A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor. Wipe the mirror. As you slowly reach your hand toward the surface of the mirror, Inland Empire, abort! You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it. Maybe I should touch it first. Make sure there's nothing wrong with my face. I don't know. I guess I'll trust my hunch. I mean, I took that as my signature skill for a reason, so I might as well use it. Can't get through that door right now. Disco Ass Blazer. +1 esprit de corps. Halogen watermarks. Looks like someone skinned this blazer from off some long extinct disco animal. It has an enigmatic white rectangle on the back and right sleeve. Horrific necktie. That's terrible. Gives me more Inland Empire, though. The necktie is adorned with a garish pattern. It's disturbingly vivid. Somehow you feel as if it would be wrong to ever take it off. It's your friend now. You'll betray it if you change it, or some boring scarf. These golden brown trousers are flare cut. Normal bell-bottom trousers would be boot cut, but these are far from normal. They are someone's piss-soaked, cum-stained party pants. It gives me more electrochemistry. Tight around the crotch. Cool. This white satin shirt used to be fancy. It used to really catch the light. Now it smells like someone took a piss in the armpits. Real statement to wear. Alright. And room key number 1. And looks like there's a shoe. Green shoe for the left foot. This green crocodile leather shoe has a high heel and chrome embellishments. It fits your left foot perfectly. Now all that remains is to find the other shoe. Someone's talking out there. Am I sure I can't? Maybe I have to use the key like it's a point-and-click adventure. Can't right-click. Look at the calendar.
Hello, officer.
Calendar says it's March. The year is 51. Miss Orange Disco Dancer. The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Officer, am I military personnel?
No.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman. Wait, I know. I'm a businessman. Chief Executive Officer, right? The young woman shakes her head slowly. Okay, Chief Technical Officer?
No. You're a police officer, sir?
You're shitting
I'm
me.
not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time. You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less. I couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Why don't I remember being a cop or anything else? Suggestion challenging 12. Try the expression on her. Let her know you want her physically. Who in the right mind would let me be an officer of the law? These are both good options, I guess. I mean, this one, just because it's a skill check, why not? Yeah, failure. The words have already left your mouth. Alright. She erupts in laughter. All the fatigue swept from her face. What was that? It's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on, say it again. No, I don't want to. Come on, man. Pretty please. One more time. Authority. Don't back down. Say what you had said again. Proudly. Goddamn right you did, you crazy asshole, you. She wipes tears from her eyes. What kind of cop are you? I'm a cop of the apocalypse. I'm the sorry cop. Don't be, it was funny. And anyway, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about any of it? She appears to genuinely want you to understand it's okay. So, what if you can't pull grade A pussy anymore? There are other things in life, more meaningful, more fitting for a man your age. This, she gestures toward herself, draped in silver. This is Fata Morgana. One thing, though. She extinguishes her cigarette.
It's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me. And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
That's cool. Like, this is already, it's only been like 2 conversations, but it's already like way better than a lot of CRPGs I've been playing recently. This is the weekend edition of the satirical newspaper, Trompe le Monde. Like, I know the strength of this game is supposed to be in its writing. I'm just like, I didn't know it was this good. Because usually when people say games have good writing, it's like, it's okay writing for a game, maybe. But I honestly like this a lot so far. Rabbit Shoal is pronounced Riva Shoal. Orange is pronounced Orania. That's good to know. Summer door closed for the winter. A big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing into it. This is where the lyrics would be. Speaker is connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with static. In an empire, you should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. My soul is immense. Your soul's cubic content is obscured by the hangover. My soul is immense! Utterly. And it needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people. What should I sing when it comes to it? You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation. But it's out there. It'll come to you. You'll wreak havoc with it. Don't worry. Lamentation sounds good. They really get a gauge of my soul with that. Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. Who's laughing now? No one. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though. Gotta sing that karaoke. Nosifed? Monday. 8:21. You find a sufficiently tragic tape, then play it on a boombox to memorize the lyrics. Then ask the cafeteria manager to perform. Alright, gotta find that sad song. The menu has been wiped clean. Only the word Monday is written on it. A woman's hand wrote yesterday's menu. Today's starts in a man's handwriting. Gart, the cafeteria manager. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now, he's purposely ignoring you. Something tells me you don't like me.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero, cop.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this? So not only am I a cop, but I'm also a hero?
Yes, you are. A real decorated hero.
What did I do?
What did you not do? First, you took the body down. Then you solved the murder. Then you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated the strike.
Oh my god, I did all those things?
No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you got here.
What have I been doing then? Have you seen me
No, I
around?
haven't seen you around. Not always here.
Look at the stuffed bird. A confident work of taxidermy, the white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs, one of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is a great skua. The seabird is a symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now. Something about it makes you feel bitter. What happened to the bird?
Look, your buddy is over there.
He looks at the door, where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean, my buddy? He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead. Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
You look like a bartender.
That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager.
Well, what's the difference?
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
Where did Sylvie go?
She just, you know.
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something. She just... what?
So now you're a cop? Forget it.
Alright. I like the voice acting too. The door is bolted. A sign reads, "Kitchen reserved for personnel until 13 o'clock." 1300. I'm bad at military time and pronouncing European names, so this game is going to be fun. Sleeping dock worker. A man is sleeping at the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads, "Wild Pines," encircled by a logo with a tree. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine. Ooh. Wake him up. Nah, I just want the pills. The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does. Tutorial agent. You've just picked up medicine. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen, above your character portrait. Click on the plus icon to heal your morale, if you have morale damage. I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't need him to wake up. It's fine. A bottle of rum has been knocked over. Beautiful. Dark liquid is spoiling out. That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? An hour? 2 hours? Pretty long. Just drink a clock. Probably less than an hour. Sweet Lord, a whole hour, and you haven't thought about rum and lemonade in all that time? You've truly extinguished all trace of yourself. It's been secretly thinking about it. Actually, should I be thinking about this? Looks like drinking hasn't turned out too well for me. Maybe you haven't turned out well for drinking. Have you thought about that? Get a goddamn rum and lemonade into yourself, boy. Or better yet, lick that stain off the counter. Yeah, lick it, but only a little. You lick it, but only a little. Only with the tip of your tongue, because you're a pleasure delayer. After 2 or 3 licks, the crust begins to melt and a sweetness breaks loose. The sharp, titillating scent of alcohol rises to your nostrils. It's dizzying. New task, find booze and drink it. You could definitely go for some more. I'm not sure if that's appropriate. Being maybe a cop and all. Find a bottle of alcohol, put it in your hand, equip it with the held slot in your inventory, and the magic will happen by its own. Held left, held right. Talk to this guy, I suppose. Or no, not that. I'm gonna talk to this person after I explore the room. Sign reads, Mess Hall reserved for union members. Doors opens at 1600. This royal pinball machine is unplugged. Talk to this lady.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
She nods toward the man in the orange bomber jacket. Yeah, I'm gonna keep him waiting just a little bit, just to... Yeah, that should be everything. A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. Esprit de corps, if an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You were sure of this, but why? Shake his hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he is waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. I don't really know my name. I have a high chance of making a good name. Invent a name for yourself. Hey. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go. It is not yet time. It is not yet time.
Okay then.
He processes the information, then disregards it.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is he has been trying to meet up with you two for days, but you have been otherwise occupied. You mean him? Yeah, I just...
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Yes, the police. I'm aware I'm a policeman.
Right. And the interviews?
He taps his foot, more out of habit than impatience. What interviews?
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
Of course, I have, yes.
Good. But even if you haven't, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Look, man, yeah.
Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree?
Completely.
Completely? Does that mean you took the body down from the tree?
Dead body?
Mm-hmm.
No.
So the body is still in the tree?
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
To be fair, how can you be so sure I'm from the police? I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the Citizens Militia on your sleeve and on your back. He points to your jacket. I suppose you could have been impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I am going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General. Inspectorate General means Internal Affairs. What he's saying is he's not from the Rat Squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things. Ah, you mean the Rat Squad? No need for derogatory mouth. No need for derogatory terms. They're only doing their job. These white rectangles, you mean? Point to your sleeve. Yes. But they're just white rectangles. They are not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of any motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job. But shouldn't I have a badge or something? You mean you don't have a badge? Pretend you found it. I have my badge. I'm a policeman and I have my badge. Oh. There's a moment's pause, then he continues carefully. If you didn't have your badge, then that would be very bad. You would need to report it on my shortwave, but since you do have it, we can go straight to the task at hand. But I can't remember anything. He looks at you for a moment in silence. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now, but I have seen officers go through much worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby, but as I said, the dead body should be our number one concern. Alright, let's go. After you, officer. Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by clicking on him. Cool. Report your badge missing. Interview cafeteria manager. Inspect victim's body. Alright. Man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
The Harbinger of Ruin. What is gold and orange like a forest fire but smells like liquor? I'm currently in between names. Yes, that's accurate.
Fantastic.
It's like when you've left your band but you haven't decided on a solo artist's name yet.
That's wonderful. Rarely I think so, but there's a dead body out there. No one wants to work in these conditions. It's been a week.
Sir, I understand your concern. but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
For a moment, the cafeteria manager fidgets under the lieutenant's gaze, then he gives in.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looks behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper, and hands it to the lieutenant.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What? Of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are. But as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective?
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. Alright then, questions. I got this. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this. Where exactly is the body? Behind this building, there's a courtyard. He points to the kitchen behind him. They hoisted him up on the tree there. And how do we get there, then? That's easy. See that door there? He points to the west. First, you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through? Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied in his voice. Who killed him? I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job. Did you kill him? What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him. Why did Sylvie go away? Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this. No, before I asked you where, now I'm asking you why she left. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back, and because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that. The lieutenant opens his little notebook at the cover. The number is safely tucked away in a small pocket. Thank you, he says. Mystery solved. Is it? Because I thought you were supposed to be investigating the lynching, not my employer conduct. Stuff gets on my nerves. I'm a feminist. I guess I like to be thorough. Everything has something to do with everybody. I don't know, I just went for it. Everything has something to do with everything. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing. That's all. Let's go. Not so fast. He points to you. You owe me 130 real. No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can talk. No one. It must be merely imagination, but... Horrific necktie. Let's bail. Time to push the eject button. Sounds like a responsibility. You don't like those. Volition. No, don't listen to him. It's madness. Just talk. Slip away unnoticed. What's real? Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real. He pronounces the R with a mock aristocratic accent. The ear, or the intersolary real, what? Is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money. By real, do you mean some form of street cred? No, you don't owe me street cred. You owe me money. You owe this establishment 130 real. He points to the red ledger on the counter. Horrific necktie. Who does that clown think he is? Arrest him! Did I just hear my necktie speaking to me twice? What exactly is money? What are you, a philosopher? Actually, I might be. Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or, he peeks into the ledger, or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really. But what if I don't have any? There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks around for something in the pockets of his orange bomber. That's cop for. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either. Did I just hear my tie speak to me twice? Horrific necktie. No one is saying that. No one is saying the tie can talk. That would be ludicrous. It's just that you should arrest him. It would be wiser. He wants to take your money. Great advice. I'm considering it. Give the tie an affirmative tug. The lieutenant looks at you, tugging on your garish tie. He puts his hand on your shoulder. If you don't have the money, it's okay. None of us are in it for the wages. What do I owe this place for? Let's see. He dramatically turns a page in the ledger. The 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work, so don't try to tell me you didn't. That would be 40 real in damages. Pretty cheap for a window, actually. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real, actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30, 130 real. And yes, real is still money. I would arrest him, but I don't know what to arrest him for. But let's see what happens. You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything. I actually have a 97% chance of arresting him, so put this man in his place. Did someone order a vague, farcical reading of the law? More than one pops into your head. Refusal to aid an officer of the peace. You are impeding me from carrying out a murder. Investigation with the inane request for money. I wonder what Sylvie has to say about that. I'm gonna go with number 1. But it's not inane. You owe me money. It's crude of you. A man has been killed. File a request for compensation with Station 41. We need to work now. Okay, you'll only have to pay for the window and the drinks. That's 70. I'll get the rest from your stupid station. I have no memory of drinking them. I'm not paying for the drinks. I won't pay for the window? Yeah, I have no memory of drinking these. The ledger does. The ledger has a memory. He points to the book. The drinks are non-negotiable. There's no way your station will pay for them. Cool. You still owe me 70. If you don't have it by tonight, I'm not letting you back up there. He points upstairs. That's enough now, sir. Good day. By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't. Do I even have one? I have no idea. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. I don't know. Near? South, maybe? Far away? Up on Mieville Hill? South, maybe. You don't really know, do you? I don't. Does this mean I'm homeless? South maybe doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. Could I trace the way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number on a building? I'll live in a dumpster, I don't care. Fuck everything. Hobo cop. Yeah. Entertain the thought when you get the time. Maybe being a hobo and a cop has its advantages. Alright, let's find this body. Wait. Or not? Let's talk to this woman again, I suppose.
Hello again, sweetie. I see you met up with your colleague.
The lieutenant nods politely. Does that mean you like me?
You are a handsome man, officer, with your moustache and your chiseled jaw, and that silly dimple on your chin. But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides.
In another time and place, she might have flirted back, but that ship sailed long ago.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained, I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling. This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot. Hell yeah. How can I do that? Sweetie does need money. How do you like to roll with me? Her eyes light up. Whatever do you mean? I want you to be my wheelchaired partner in fighting crime, ridding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers. Yeah. Sequence killers? Oh my, she sounds impressed. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie. A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. Kim, of course, I forgot I had you. I know, but there are also side mysteries. Yeah. I can assure you with absolute certainty there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez. Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. She turns to you. I wouldn't be much use to you anyway, sweetie. Why? 3 heads are better than 2. Thank you, but... She looks out the window wistfully. Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. She turns back to you with a hopeful glint in her eyes. Perhaps another time. I need money. Her expression becomes very serious. Oh, sweetie, I heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck? Empathy. If she could, this woman would feed and clothe you and every other sad, lost person on this earth. Hey, 92% tug on her heartstrings. Your deportment remains dignified as you shed a single manly tear. It isn't easy for me to ask this of anyone, but I am at the end of my rope. Any money you have could help me. Got a commemorative pin. Sweetie, I only have a few cents on me, but she unfastens a gold commemorative pin from her left jacket pocket and drops it into your palm. I could give you this to pawn, just to tide you over. Wonderful. The lieutenant marks drolly. He has a pin. Perception. The pin is round and slightly tarnished, 3 sailboats in bas relief with the sun hovering over the water behind them. A chipped green banner on the bottom reads, St. Baptiste Summer 31, Dinghy Races. Where can I pawn the pin? Cross the plaza and follow the road along the coast. Down by the water, there will be a shack nestled against an old stone facade. That's the pawn shop. An old friend of my husband goes there often. She says the owner is quite helpful. Items that can be pawned at the Bird's Nest Roy's appear in your inventory under the Items tab. You can pawn these items when talking to Roy. This will help me out, Lena, thanks. She smiles up at you. You're quite welcome, dear. Let's go with that. Her eyes follow your movements with some concern. Yes, officer, you look rather dazed, like a stunned fox, but surely things can't be that bad. She won't judge you, no matter what you say. I drank so hard I forgot literally everything. Oh my, it takes a moment to process. You know where we are, right? The Whirling in Rags cafeteria is on my keys. We're dead, haunting each other. We're ghosts. That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located? In hell. We're all in hell. She flashes you a worried look. We're in the city of Revachol, dear. Okay. Yes, and Revachol, she examines you. Honestly, I don't know diddly squat about Revachol. What kind of place is this? Her gray eyes widen. How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. The city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. There is a pause as she studies your expression. You must look quite lost. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes? Spring of 51. Kind green 8 pen. That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded. I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government? Oh, God. Ugh. Wow. Whoa. Cop. We're living under the cop regime. I'd like to think that the dictatorship for proletariat, but something tells me we're not. Oh, sweetie. She smiles, a sad smile. It's really not. There used to be people who thought that way, other people who wanted those things, but they all went extinct. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no dictatorship of the proletariat. Rhetoric. But they still have cops. If there's no government, how come there are cops? Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone. Half-Light. She's scared now. She realized you are... She's realized you really are brain damaged. What is the revolution you mentioned? A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago. What does that have to do with there not being any cops? But I'm a cop. Whatever it is hasn't stopped me. Of course, sweetie. I really don't know how to explain it better. I'm just a poor woman, she thinks. How do I know of these things, and how can I help you? So how did I do? You didn't do very well, dear. You really only knew what year it is. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things, history and places, reality, in a word. It's very odd. A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook. But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what this world needs, and while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good. Who could tell me more? Someone more educated in sweeping matters? Maybe you should ask. She turns to the lieutenant. No, he looks away. I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective. Of course she turns to you. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe. Wealthy people are educated, though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez. You seem to be in some kind of chair. Yes, dear, I'm a paraplegic. A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height or a grenade explosion. A grenade. Did you fight in the war? No, dear, I'm not quite that old, although I was injured in the line of duty. Were you a mountaineer? Nothing so glamorous, dear, though when I was young I dreamt of planting the Revolutionary flag on some figurative peak. What did you do then? I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail-order shoe company. You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and well, once I happened to be under some faulty scaffolding. I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays. She runs her hands over the chrome wheels of her chair. I'm sorry it's rude of me to mention the wheelchair. Let's move on. That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway. There is no bitterness in her voice. She accepted the curiosity her condition inspires a long time ago. About your pen. I hope you were able to pawn the old trinket. She smiles up at you earnestly. I just wanted to thank you again. Alright. Of course, dear. Good luck with your case. She gives you a small wave. Oh, that's pleasant. So I noticed that time was actually progressing forward while I was in that conversation, so I wonder if this is like a time-limited game. Like, do I have only a couple days to solve something? I don't know. But I am going to save it now. Oh, and I never looked in the mirror, so I guess I don't have just a weird, messed up blur of a face. So I gotta get outstairs. Run. They have surprises. Pot. Oh wait. Oh, some money. Hell yeah. That's interesting. The smell of the sea makes you dizzy. Hey, there's my other shoe. A gust of briny wind washes over you. Secret task complete. Find your other shoe. Gain experience +10. Composure. There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin. Reunited on your feet. Like two baby crocodiles. Wait, these do not look like normal cop shoes. It's pretty clear a normal cop is not what you are. How did they fit? Good. They're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told. Well, got all my clothes. Got my partner. Oh, what? I accidentally clicked outside of the screen. So I have a 2-monitor setup, and if I mess up and click outside the screen, everything goes black for a second. Unfortunately, this only had full screen and windowed. It didn't have like a borderless windowed option, which is unfortunate, but short on money. Equip a plastic bag, collect bottles, and sell them at Freet. of snow melts in the wheelbarrow. Street sign reads, "Fuck the police."
The RCM in Martinez? What can I help you with?
You sound surprised.
We don't see a lot of police around here. That's all.
I have some questions for you.
Of course. What can I help you with?
We need directions. I'm looking for a dead body. Oh, that... She points to the north. That's right there in the yard. She's released someone has come for it, finally. Where am I? What do you mean? Just tell me where we are, okay? We're in Martinez, sir. She looks around. This intersection is called Roundabout North, I think. What is up in the north? There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really. What's in the east? The harbor gates, some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics, she shrugs. A fruit store, too. South? Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge links to the coast, but it's broken. I think some kind of accident, probably. What is on the other side of the canal? Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market, but that got closed down ages ago. What's in the west? She looks at the water, squinting. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach. In the west is the Miracle. Ooh. No problem, she nods, brushing a fleck of soil off her cheek. What is this fuck the police business? Excuse me? She doesn't understand. She's uncomfortable. Maybe you should drop this line of questioning. Never mind. Who are you exactly? Me? I'm just a gardener. Cool. What are you doing here? I'm working. Working on what? I have a greenhouse in the yard here. She gestures over her shoulder. I've been trying to get some work done. There's discomfort. She stops mid-sentence. Go on. It's okay. As you already know, there's a corpse there, hanging from a tree. It smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks. Don't worry, miss. We're here to clean it up. You can get work soon. Thank you, she smiles politely. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale. Of course, I won't hold you back. She wipes her brow with a canary yellow glove. Her gloves, you get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with, after all. One more thing, can I borrow your gloves? Sure, keep them. I have another pair. She hands you the rubber gloves with no visible annoyance. Thank you. Thought cabinet. What's going on here? Hobo cop. That's a very cool picture. Temporary research bonus. -1 to composure, ungainly and rambling. Research time, 4 hours and 20 minutes. Problem. A cop and a hobo. A hobo cop. Upsides. Can't be disheveled. Doesn't have to wash. Carries himself with lurched gusto. Hobo cop doesn't need anyone or anything. No one can kick you out because you don't have a home. Never pay rent again. Never again hear you're drunk. Why'd you even come here, Harry? Go home. You're embarrassing yourself. Downsides. Are there any? I mean, seriously, give me one. Eternalize. Researching hobo cop. That's cool. I like this. That's a cool idea. That's awesome. Filed Monday at 8:46. Who made the call reporting crime? Call Silva using Kim's shortwave to ask whether she made the call. Pay for damages. Get a reality lowdown. You have no idea where you are. Lena encouraged you to ask others to explain the world to you in greater detail. Perhaps try a rich person. Rich people are educated. Alright. I've kind of lost track of how long I've been playing. Usually I just try to keep videos to an hour or so. Oh yeah. I've been playing for a little over an hour, so I'm actually going to save. Confirm. Yeah, I'm going to save here and end it. But that was really cool. I love the atmosphere of this game. I really love the art style. All the dialogue and the writing, the voice acting. A lot of the hype seems like it was deserved. It gave me pretty high expectations, and so far, it's been meeting them. I don't know what else to say. I'm really excited to see the rest of this game. So I'm definitely going to put this on a high priority. But I'm going to end the video here. And until next time, have a good one.